Now we got the longest mode out of the way, and now let's move on to the shortest game mode in terms of minigame mode, minigame tournament, battle in only duel minigames. So, as far as this mode suggests, you basically just play duel minigames, and that's pretty much about it. So there are, usually you'll get a grand total of like 4 rounds, like usually you're able to start things off with the quarters and all that stuff, and then basically that whoever just managed to make it to first place will claim this lovely trophy ever since in well, obviously since minigame battles. So anyway, so let's see, we have me versus Luigi in, oh crap, we got ourselves button mashers again. Ugh. But thankfully, this will be the final time we're going to be seeing this minigame, because let me tell you, I don't mind this concept, but execution-wise, it just feels a bit, well, off to me. So, oh Jesus Louise, sometimes I get myself my thumbs cramped, or even my fingers cramped, but, still. Oh no. No! I was gonna press the X button, not the A button! Ah, damn it, why? Why does that minigame just taunt me right now? I mean, what do I ever do to that minigame right there? Besides, I've not even played it for a long period of time, but there's a reason for this. Because I got annoyed by the stupid luck basis of it. But at least I'm on the third place match, so because of that though, we'll just watch Wario and Waluigi are participating in Wind Wafers, so, but we already seen this minigame ever since in a sample on story mode, so we can able to actually just watch them doing whatever they wanted to, and I get the feeling that Wario was definitely in the lead, because Waluigi on the other hand is far lacking when it comes to using his fan, so yeah, kind of pathetic on his part. So yeah, ever since that you notice that Luigi has won the button mashers, which somehow he might as well ended up on the finals, so... But before we get to the finals on the other hand though, we can probably get into the forms of the third place match first. Such as for instance, I'm going to be first off against with, well obviously Waluigi, so because of this though, let's see what minigame are we going to be playing next. I'm hoping we can play... oh darn it, Warp Maze. Seriously, this particular mode so far is giving me some pretty bad minigames so far. Like obviously button mashers one example, and then another one which is Warp Maze, which I'm honestly not a big fan of this minigame just because, well again I already mentioned this before, it's because of how the fact that there are a few times when I somehow managed to get stuck in places, and also that the actual maze itself is completely random, and to top it all off, whenever when someone managed to able to get into the actual finish line by complete accident, and then I just don't think this minigame wasn't that good. At least to me though anyway. No wonder why that this minigame will never make a comeback in the top 100 ever. Like seriously, whoever thought this minigame was actually a good idea? I mean, I was literally that close to able to actually win this, but somehow we ended up with a draw. So, screw this minigame, I just want to move on. Although, the only thing is worth noting for is that since we actually lost in this minigame, this also means we can have a rematch, so... that's fine I suppose, especially noticeable, hopefully we can play a much more better minigame than the likes of this is, so let's see what minigame are we playing instead. Oh, Mary Poppins. We haven't seen that minigame ever since in, well I would say ever since Rainbow Dream? I think that was the last time we played this. Come on. Well, farewell Waluigi, because you're in 4th. So farewell. I have no idea why he's saying things a little bit weirdly all of a sudden. Mainly it's because there's not much else you can honestly try to talk about in terms of this mode anyway, so... But aside from all that stuff though, we still have not seen... Well, we have seen most of these minigames anyway, for all the duel minigames aside, but it's just that I haven't experienced all of them yet, so... Which will continue that tradition until Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 7, and heck, even with the forms of Mario Party 8 as well, so and it looks like that Luigi and Wario are participating in for the last minigame on this tournament, which is once again Sky Survivor. And this will be the definition of the final time we're going to be seeing this minigame. So because of that though, because yeah, once we're done with this mode, then we can pretty much move on to the final minigame mode, which appears to be by default are free play because of the defaults of several minigames that we have not seen yet. So yeah, that should be exciting for the most part. I do apologize for the actual, my tongue is actually kind of twisted a little bit, but regardless of everything else though, I'm still perfectly fine as it is. So in this case though, whoever wins the finals, even though it's kind of a shame, I was expecting if I was going to win this tournament, but thanks to the stupid button mashers minigame, that I'm just still not a big fan of. Although thankfully we have not played Get a Rope for a very, very long time, which is quite surprising because you know I mentioned this before, that minigame just sucks and terrible. Because obviously it's going to be a lot of emphasis on luck, and it just feels kind of lazy for that minigame, I must be honest here. So then Luigi was lost, and somehow Warrior wins the tournament, so at least I'll be fine with he managed to obtain a trophy, the exact same trophy as in, well, you know, the minigame battle, so yeah, there's not much anything else to say about this for the most part. So yeah, that's the minigame tournament, and I somehow am in third. So with that being said, let's move on to free play, the unseen minigames that we have not seen yet.